Yeah, someone.
As Hector walks into that room, you see a 20-foot long table with sculpted dragons for legs standing in the center of the hall. The chairs that surround the table have backs carved to resemble folded dragon wings, and several of the chairs have been overturned or smashed to pieces. Suspended above the table is a crystal chandelier that glows with a soft white light. Standing in windowed alcoves are two life-size statues depicting knights with dragon-winged helms and shields. Rainwater trickles through cracks in the ceiling, flowing down the west wall and adding to a large puddle on the floor. 5 sets of wooden doors lead to this hall. The doors in the northeast corner hang open. A pair of leaded glass doors, their panes cracked and broken, stand open between panels of stained glass set into the east wall. These panels depict silver dragons in flight. Beyond the glass doors lies a dark, misty room that appears to be a chapel.
Well, this seems like the right way.
Astro is gonna keep an eye out for anyone trying to jump on them.
Okay. So you enter the chapel?
I think I want to look around this room a little bit first.
Yeah, I'll also do perception check.
Is this pool just like leaking from the ceiling? Is that what it came from?
Yeah, there appears to be water leaking down from above. You can see water damage in the ceiling.
Hector will look at the pool and wonder if it's another magic pool.
By the way, assume that Irina and Esmeralda are always with the group, even if I don't move them.
Okay.
I guess Azure will tell Mel, go consult Cog, we need him here.
Fine. Also assume that Mel was with the group too, even though I haven't been moving her right now.
Mm-hmm.
She leaves the group and heads back out for Cog.
Yes. Hector will examine these statues.
They're, as described, when you examine them more closely, you don't see too much more about them, but they are very lifelike, although completely inanimate. They are life-size statues depicting knights with dragon-winged helms and shields.
Are the weapons real?
No.
Okay.
But they look very realistic.
If they were real, I think Hector might suspect they are golems.
I mean, gargoyles do exist.
Yes.
Can Nyx do detect magic on them?
You could.
I mean, you could do it as a ritual since
If you
we
want to
might
stand
be
there
waiting
like
for
10 minutes.
Hog for a bit.
Yeah, we need all the time in the world right now.
Yeah, casting time is one action.
But
No,
you can
if...
ritual cast it if
up
you
to 10
take another
minutes,
10
okay.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Cog is off right now, so we could wait for him and you could do that in the meantime.
Yeah, Melano's just sitting next to him outside.
Okay.
Oh, Cog is like
Oh, there it is.
he's like autopilot. He's not even in the courtyard. He's walking straight for the road to go back to Milwaukee.
Esmeralda takes a seat and puts her
All
feet
right.
up while you're casting your ritual.
I guess Melano's running after Cog.
Mm-hmm. Presumably you catch up to him.
Cog. What's going on?
Cog actually doesn't answer. Like he's like twitching and jerking around, like just kind of muttering things about squash like cans, guts, like oil everywhere, bits and pieces, like swapping between like normal speak and like this metallic, this like robotic, like relay of information, where it's like numbers too few, fall back, you know, like he's having a bit like this is an episode. Like
Melano gets in front of him and she places her prosthetic arm on him to like get him to stop. and she stands her ground. Cog, stop. Snap out of it.
Like, I have to think, because the fact she used the metallic one probably works a lot better than using the flesh one, because he would be like, don't touch me, but it's the metallic one, so he's like, he like stops, but he's still like you can hear in his voice, like he's glitching out. He is not here by any means. But he does stop physically.
She's reaching. Can you guys hear him?
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
heard
hear
you.
him. I heard
Yeah.
him. I heard him. I'm trying to think of next step. Cause like,
Okay, no worries. No, it's just that there was like no sound. Like
Yeah,
normally we hear something
I
like
hope
shift.
I'm not making it awkward for everyone.
oh,
You're fine.
no, I heard.
I mean, I think I might have Hector go check if it's taking a while.
Mel roll Arcana and try to, I don't know, imbue her magic into Cog to see what's going on with him. Since Cog is a construct, a Warforged construct, and Mel
Are you trying to like look into his head?
a little bit. She's trying
I
to
think
get.
she's
an
trying to figure out if you're
understanding-
malfunctioning.
Well, would that be allowed? Would she be able to see what Cog's seeing right now?
No, but if she's trying to determine if there's something wrong with your system, maybe she could figure that out.
Okay. Dang, I almost wish she could.
It would be cool if she could.
Yeah.
But maybe we could discuss that in the future.
How would I describe this? How'd the roll go?
Oh, wait, hold on, I haven't rolled yet. Because I didn't know if I had permission to. Oh, that sucked. That was an 8.
Hector will start coming over, seeing that's taking a while.
Let me give myself guidance, and I don't know, that probably will not help me at all.
Yeah.
Gonna
That was a 10.
It's gonna be up to you what she learns.
That was a 10 she rolled.
In the middle of something. Sorry, we're talking steak.
Oh, shush.
Okay, I'll be right
Sounds
back.
nice.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not trying to like throw things out of order, but this one was like it feels like this whole setting was like perfect for Cog.
some cog lore
I
placement.
wasn't expecting the vampire thing to have a dragon issue.
Well, it's not an issue.
I like cog drama.
Yeah. it's always this like, it's like, Cog's a loudmouth jerk, and then it gets to like, oh gosh, she's having a mental breakdown. So,
Okay, I think at this point Hector probably would catch up and
as
see
long as
Cog
it's-
is having more issues.
As long as it's not cringy, that's the only thing I want to make sure that it's not. Like,
You're fine.
it ran into the two things that Cog hates: gnomes and dragons.
I'll wait for Melano to come back.
All Hector can hear is just Cog talking about like bodies stacked high, smashed, like just like kind of like I was talking with Mel, where he like goes from like desperately in a huge panic, relaying what he's seeing, while also like converting back to the old like AI explanation of what like too many numbers, narrow space, repeat numbers, like ordering, like repeating numbers, and he's just not there. His head's twitching. Occasionally sparks come out of his neck.
I have an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I have an idea.
Anything will do at this point.
Oh, you're back? Okay.
Proceed.
We're ready to continue.
Faces, you hear?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, proceed.
Mel, how was your roll?
I rolled an 8, and then I cast guidance on myself, and I rolled a 2, so 10 total.
What's the second part?
She got a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, from what you can gauge, like, everything systematically is fine, but, like, there's a loop going on. There's, like, something going on, and it's hitting, like, it's like a washer that's, like, got a screw loose, and the whole thing's just shaking. Like, it's just going around and around and around and around. And Cog is kind of starting to overheat. It's not as dramatic like when he was mad, but he's starting to overheat, and like his circuitry, like parts are starting to spark because there's no there's a lot going on, and it doesn't how to like process all that's going on, basically.
Okay.
He's got robot PTSD.
Yes.
He's not
So, did Melna figure out anything, or aside from that?
I think that's what she figured out.
I think that's pretty much all she figured out.
If
Okay.
you could see into his head, I'll give you a description because there's no it's just just piled high, flattened bodies, sparks in the distance. This huge hulking figure amidst the darkness, occasionally flashing, and these big old pair of green eyes. Just hundreds of, I guess for Cog would be considered the dead. Just these smashed bits and pieces flown everywhere. Like he's out, and as
Okay.
it progresses, like his voice starts glitching out more.
Well,
Starts sparking
I think-
more. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try my idea. So Hector is saying that Cog is really traumatized by this. Well, this seems like such a silly idea, but I want to go with it. Well, Hector will pull out his money. And just kind of swing it out, like pull it off, like make it as loud as possible, just like the gold pouch. And just say, Cog! And see if that gets his attention.
A little percussive maintenance.
What, did he-
No, I'm not hitting him with it. I'm just making the gold pouch as loud as it can be. As I pull it out and just shout, Cog.
I almost like you probably could just clang.
Does that get Cog's attention?
There's like a brief twitch in his head, and he like looks at the bag for a second, but he's still like twitching a whole lot. Like the muttering is down a little bit, but he's not heating up as fast.
And I think Hector will take out one gold coin. Whatever happened, you did a good job, Cog. It was in the past. And he will just kind of place it. I don't know if your hands are sticking out enough that he could place it in them, but he will try to place it in your hand.
I'd have to think. Because his hands are like twitching a little bit, almost kind of seizure-y in the sense like he's seizing up a little bit. But as you know, the gold coin lands. It's about like kind of fall off, but you can see he's like trying to catch it,
Mm-hmm.
and like his system is slowing down, but he's not. It's not like in a way he's kind of slowly resetting. Like he's shutting down in a much slower way than when he like blew a gasket and went straight into shutdown. So he like slows down and just kind of slowly goes from like he kind of starts not like physically shrinking, but his shoulders start slouching, and he kind of just slumps over while standing, and he just kind of stands there, like hunched over, like system shut down. And just...
All right.
Yeah.
And you can go and put like one gold coin up on your inventory if you want to.
I was about to say he's got a slot for a coin.
Yeah. No,
You can go and do that.
Yeah.
I already subtracted it from mine.
I think Cog, in his head, he's remembering the vision in the lake, in the werewolf den, where he saw himself made out of the parts of other Warforged.
Oh yeah, that would be rough too. That just added on with the visions of the past. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm trying to think how long it's going to take for Cog to get back, because Cog's probably not going to be able to go back in there. As much as they might like him, I don't think. Get away from my snake. But no, yeah, he's probably not going to be able to go back. He can stay like outside, but he's going to want to avoid anything remotely dragon for the next little bit.
Melano may just end up staying with him just to make sure he's alright, checking on his systems and such. Like, Hector can see Mel with her prosthetic hand on Cog, like, her eyes closed, and she's just focused on his systems and whatever.
Eventually, Azrael's gonna get impatient and also walk over. And I guess with the others too. I don't know, I'm not sure. Depends on them.
I mean,
But
unless Nyx wants to keep on doing the ritual casting. Yeah, okay.
okay. Azrael will
Sounds
quickly...
like Raven stepped away anyway. When Raven comes back, I'll tell her what Nyx finds out.
She's heating up her steak real quick.
Okay, she's got time. It takes forever anyway.
No, I'm here.
Okay, well, do you want to know the results of the cast?
Of course.
The light above in the chandelier is radiating evocation magic.
Okay. That's...
Azrael will quickly walk up next to Mel and say, could you, maybe modify him temporarily, his subconscious, somehow?
Did you fix him?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good
Mel
idea. We'll just do this
her
without
eyes
him.
at Azrael and glare at him. No,
We're
I
not
will
going to do
not
that.
modify him. I'm not a god.
We'll do this without him. Well, it's fine. He has his own traumas.
There's gonna be a second, and kind of like you know, like when your computer you first push the button, and there's that very soft little whoosh as you start hearing things turn on. There's like a little twitch, and Cog suddenly, like slowly, kind of jerkily straightens. His eyes turn back on, but there's like nothing there. There's none of like the emotional sense. Cog kind of turns around very stiffly, very mechanically. And Cog repeats like in a very, very mechanical voice, just kind of like state directive.
Azrael kind of walk up to Cog and say, don't tell me a visage of a dragon is all it takes to take you down. The one thing I did respect about you is how tough you were. You took a good beating from the enemies and gave them back.
Cog doesn't say anything. He just like I think he's looking at either Hector or Mel, and they're like doesn't even like acknowledge that like Azrael is speaking. He's just kind of sitting there waiting for instruction.
I think we'll have to do this without him. Do you think you could watch over him?
Mel nods her head. Yeah, I got this.
I guess I'll see if I can take over from here.
I guess we should also agree on a signal in case things get a bit too heated in there.
The place is crumbling, so there are holes in the ceiling, right? But I don't know if there's going to be a hole in the next room. I was thinking maybe Nyx could cast a magic missile through one of the holes as a signal.
I should also mention it's like 4 stories high.
Oh, okay. Maybe that won't work.
Well, the magic missile can go 120 feet.
I mean,
Oh yeah, but it'll just get stopped by
wait.
yeah, unless there's a hole in it.
What? What room did we need to be at?
The chapel.
And do we know which floor is it on? Because they could just climb on the roof of the building, put a grappling hook. We can like breach from the top.
I don't think we'll be fighting unless we wander into the wrong rooms.
I mean, this map seems big.
Yeah.
Did you say Hector turns around and go back inside?
Yeah.
Mel stays with Cog though.
And also, Azure also walks inside.
Okay. So you go back to the dining hall.
Yeah.
Do you enter the chapel?
I think so, yeah. Oh, enter it slowly and kind of take a look around before going too much further in.
Okay.
Mm,
I will reveal that room. Okay. Cracked wooden pillars support a stone U-shaped balcony that overhangs this stone-walled chapel. Narrow archways lead to spiral staircases that curl up to the balcony, and a door set into the north wall has a wooden beam barring it. At the east end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabra. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas-relief. Tall, arching windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass and allowing thick fog to enter and fill the room. And before I read the next part, let me just add something. Okay.
Spooky, man.
A rusted wrought iron lantern hangs from each of the 6 pillars, each lantern's glass panels fogged with age. Cold, ethereal lights flicker and writhe within them, and faint whispers seem to emanate from their depths. A knight stands between 2 of the furthest pillars, his arms outstretched like a haunting mockery of a scarecrow. Strands of black wire ensnare his chest in a macabre web, with additional strands looping down and around his biceps and rusted gauntlets before stretching across to the stone pillars on either side. The knight's chainmail shirt is dulled and corroded with age, his silver helm cracked and blackened. Beneath it, strands of silver-gray hair fall limply across his gaunt and ashen face. His flesh is gray and pallid, skin stretched taut over sharp skeletal cheekbones, and his head slumps forward toward the ground.
Good morning.
Would you be Argon?
His head lifts.
Was that his name?
Godfrey.
I don't.
Godfrey. Sorry. Godfrey.
His head lifts, revealing red eyes that flash with a quiet intensity. His arms seem to flex almost instinctively against his black wire bindings, and it's then that you notice that each wire is covered with tiny razor-sharp barbs, many of which bite deeply into his armor and flesh. And he says, "Welcome, travelers. I must ask that you forgive my rudeness. I'm ill-disposed to greet you properly."
I can see that. I guess Hector will approach a bit closer.
My name is Sir Godfrey Gwillem, Knight of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Tell me, what is the reason for your arrival?
We were told to visit you
Ah, you are the ones. I did send word to my knights at Sarah Falls and the Raven River Crossroads through the phantoms here who still listen to me. The hour is dire, and I have need of aid. The Silver Order needs aid.
We're willing to listen if you'll listen to me and answer my questions.
He looks at you really curiously. He seems to be like taking your measure. He says, "What questions bring you for me?"
Ezra will reveal his arm. Shocker. It's a small price.